Hi, I'm Rom Quino, and this is the run-through of my project in Data Communications and Networking 1. Pardon me if this will be concise and quick because I have a condition called Tourette syndrome and it makes my speaking hard. So anyway, let's proceed. So for part 1, the topics that I've chosen are networking fundamentals, network types and topologies, and network models. So first, we're gonna talk about network fundamentals. Computer network. It is a group of interconnected nodes or computing devices that exchange data and resources with each other. A network connected between these devices can be established using cable or wireless media. The components of a network: end devices, intermediary devices, and media. End devices. These are the computing device that interconnects, which has an IP address that is unique for every computing device such as laptops, personal computers, printers, workstations, smartphones, IP cameras, and etc. Examples are PCs, laptops, printers, servers, and mobile devices, and more. Intermediary devices. They're the ones that connects the individual host to the network and can connect multiple individual networks to form an internet work. Examples are switches, hubs, routers, wireless access points, and firewalls. Media refers to the communication channels used to interconnect nodes on a computer network. Examples are copper straight through, copper crossover cable, fiber optic cable, radio waves used in wireless data communications. These are these are the applications that uses a network: games, databases, email, video conferencing, and file transfer protocol. Now we're gonna discuss network types and topologies. The different types of network: personal area network, also known as PAN; local area network, also known as LAN; metropolitan area network, also known as MAN; wide area network, also known as WAN. Personal area network connects electronic devices within a user's immediate area. The size of a PAN ranges from few centimeters to a few meters. One of the most common real-world examples of PAN is the connection between a Bluetooth earpiece and a smartphone. Local area network or LAN is a collection of devices connected together in a one physical location, such as building, office, or home. Example is connecting multiple end devices through the means of Ethernet or Wi-Fi in an office or room. Metropolitan Area Network, also known as MAN, is a computer network that connects computers within a metropolitan area, which could be a single large city, multiple cities and towns, or any given large area with multiple buildings. Examples here, famous examples are CERN, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, owns several buildings on a single piece of land in Geneva and connects them together with optical fiber into a campus area network or MAN. New York City also provides free Wi-Fi access to all residents as a large single MAN. Wide Area Network or WAN. It spans beyond a single building or large campus to include multiple locations spread across a specific geographic area or even the world. Example is the Internet. It's the prime example of a wide area network. The Internet interconnects countless smaller networks across the globe, enabling global communication and data exchange. So now we're gonna discuss network topologies. So these are the different network topologies. Right here is the bus topology. Uh, three end devices or PCs are connected to switches, and the switches are interconnected to one another, forming a bus or a single line. This is ring topology. End devices are connected to switches that are uh, connected in a loop layout. And this one is the star topology. End devices are connected in one switch. And this mesh topology, uh, the end devices are connected to each switch to respective switches, and the switches are interconnected with each other. And right here is the is hybrid, making two network topologies connected with one another. So here I made a bus topology connected to a start topology. So there. So we're gonna talk about network models. Network model. A network model is a set of network layers and how they interact. The following are the two most important and well-known network models: the OSI model and the TCP/IP model. The OSI model, the Open, or also known as the Open Systems Interconnection, is a conceptual framework that divides network communications functions into 7 layers. The OSI provides a standard for different computer systems to be able to communicate with each other. The OSI model can be seen as a universal language for computer networking. It is based on the concept of splitting up a communication system into 7 abstract layers, each one stacked upon the last. Now, there are 7 layers of OSI model. First is the physical layer, second is the data link layer, third is the network layer, fourth is the transport layer, fifth is the session layer, sixth is the presentation layer, and seventh is the application layer. First layer is the physical layer. This layer describes the mechanical, electrical, functional, and procedural means to activate, maintain, and deactivate physical connections for bit transmission and to form a network device. The second layer is the data link layer. This layer provides methods for exchanging data over a common media, refers to the connection of one area to another. The main aim of these connections is to send or receive data information. This is a special link protocol that enables the transfer of these waves, which then get interpreted on the receiving computer. Third layer is the network layer. This layer provides services to exchange the individual pieces of data over the network between identified network devices. The network layer has two main functions. One is breaking up segments into new packets and reassembling the packets on the receiving end. The other is routing packets by discovering the best path across a physical layer. The network layer uses network addresses, typically Internet Protocol addresses, to route packets to a destination node. Fourth is the transport layer. This layer defines services to segment, transfer, and reassemble data in individual communications between the end devices. This layer basically describes how data is sent across the network. The transport layer takes data transferred in the session layer and breaks it into segments. On the transmitting end, it is responsible for assembling the segments on the receiving end, turning it back into data that can be used by the session layer. Fifth is the session layer. This layer establishes, manages, and terminates connections between applications. This layer provides services to the presentation layer. The session layer creates communication channels called sessions between devices. It is responsible for opening sessions, ensuring they remain open and functional while data is being transferred, and closing them when communication ends. The sixth is the presentation layer. This layer provides proper common data format that is sent across application layer services. The presentation layer prepares data for the application layer. It defines how two devices should encode, encrypt, and compress data so it is received correctly on the other end. The presentation layer also takes any data transmitted by the application layer and prepares it for transmission over the session layer. Seventh, the last layer is the application layer. The application layer is used by end users software such as web browsers and email clients. It provides protocols that allow software to send and receive information and present meaningful data to users. A few examples of application layer protocols are the Hypertext Transfer Protocol, also known as HTTP, File Transfer Protocol, also known as FTP, Post Office Protocol, POP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, SMTP, and the Domain Name System, the DNS. The DCP/IP model. The DCP/IP model defines how devices should transmit with data between them and enables communication over networks and large distances. Layers of the TCP/IP model is application layer, transport layer, internet layer, and network access layer. The network access layer. The network access layer, also known as the data link layer, handles the physical infrastructure that lets computers communicate with one another over the internet. This covers Ethernet cables, wireless networks, network interface cards, device driver in your computer, and so on. The internet layer. The internet layer is also known as the network layer, controls the flow and routing of traffic to ensure the data is sent speedily and accurately. This layer is also responsible for assembling the data packet at its destination. If there's lots of internet traffic, the internet layer may take a little longer to send file, but there will be smaller chance of an error corrupting that file. The transport layer. The transport layer provides a reliable data connection between the two communicating devices. It's like sending an insured package. The transport layer divides the data in packets, acknowledges the packets it has received from the sender, and ensures that the recipient acknowledges the packets it receives. The application layer. The application layer is the group of applications that let the user access the network. For most of us, that means email, messaging apps, and cloud storage programs. This is what end user sees and interacts with when sending and receiving data. So respectively, among the layers there's what we call protocol data unit. Protocol data unit or PDU, the form of the form that a piece of data takes any layer at each stage of the process. A PDU has a different name to reflect its new appearance. PDUs are named according to the protocols of TCP/IP suite. These are the following such as data, the, the data or it is the general form of PDU used at application layer. Segment is the PDU at the transport layer. Packet is a PDU at the internetwork layer. Frame is a PDU at network access layer. Bits is the PDU used when physically transmitted data over the medium. So we're now in the part 2 of the project. So let's answer it one by one. So for number 1, we're gonna find the prefix length of the subnet mask using subnet mask. So we're gonna convert into binary. So 8 ones, 0.8 ones, 0.8 ones, and then 0.3 ones. So 1 to we're gonna do 1 to 8 plus 64 plus 32 equals 224. And to continue, 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 3 is equals to 27. So the prefix length will be 27. So for number 2, We have the network address of 172.201.95.32. So in 8 bits, it's 8 ones equals to 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 equals to 255. So the broadcast address is 172.201.95.255. So for number 3, we have a subnet mask, and you're gonna convert it to binary. So 8 ones, 8 ones, 8 ones, point 8 ones, point 8 ones, point 8 ones, point single one. So for first 8 ones is 255. So then the second 8 ones is 255, third 8 ones is 255, and for the single one is 128. In 8 bits, it's 8 ones, so it is equals to 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 2 plus 1. So equals 255. To check, number 4 is network address. So we're gonna look for the gateway address. So it's 10.10.78.28 plus 1 equals 129. So the gateway address will be 10.10.78.129. Number 5, we have a network address of 192.84.235.0. So you're gonna change it, convert it into decimal. 192 minus 128 equals to 64. 64 minus 64 equals to 0. So the binary is 1, 1, and 6 zeros. So the other segment is that 84 minus 64 equals 20. 20 minus 16 equals to 4. 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. So the binary is 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 100. In the other segment, 235 minus 128 equals to 107. 107 minus 64 equals to 43. 43 minus 32 equals to 11. 11 minus 8 equals to 3. 3 minus 2 is equals to 1. 1 minus 1 is equals to 0. So the binary is 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. And the other is 0, so definitely the binary is 8 zeros. So for number 6, we got a network address of 192.84.235.0. In 8 bits, it's 8 ones. So it's equals to 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 is equals to 255. So automatically the broadcast address will be 192.84.235.255. So number 7, we're gonna look again for prefix length. We have subnet mask of 255.255.255.192. So in binary of 255 is 8 ones, 3, and the second 255 is 8 ones also. The third is 8 ones also. And the last one is 2 ones with 6 zeros. So you're gonna it will be translated to 128 plus 64 equals to 192. 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 2 is equals to 26. So it's 26 prefix length. So for number 8, we got network address of 172.99.184.64. In 8 bits, it's 8 ones, 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 equals to 255. And automatically, the broadcast address will be 172.99.184.255. So for number 9, we're gonna look for the binary form of the network address 205.36.72.56. So for 205 minus 128 is equals to 77. 77 minus 64 is equals to 13. 13 minus 8 is equals to 5. 5 minus 4 is equals to 1. And 1 minus 1 is equals to 0. So the binary is 1100 1101. So for the 36 minus 32 is equals to 4. 4 minus 4 is equals to 0. So the binary is 001, 00100. And for 72, 72 minus 64 is equals to 8. 8 minus 8 is equals to 0. So the binary is 0, 100, 1000. So for 56, we have 56 minus 32 is equals to 24. 24 minus 16 is equals to 8. 8 minus 8 is equals to 0. So the binary form is the 00111000. So lastly, for number 10, we're gonna look for the broadcast address again of network address 205.36.72.56. 8 bits of is 8 ones, so it's equals to 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1 is equals to 255. So the broadcast address will be 205.36.72.255. So that's it. That's it. So thank you for watching my presentation. Please do check my work. God bless and stay safe.